Doing good. I'm doing good, man. So there's been a lot going on in boxing. I'm glad that you would be able to join me. How's everything going with you and your family and your son? Has ATL embraced you guys in a different way, a different feeling now that you guys are champion? How so? Right. So let's get into some of this some boxing talk. So obviously we've had Teofimo. He fought last week. We got Shakur fighting this week. We got Jerron Boots Ennis fighting next week after that. Let's talk some boxing. Um, before before that, has there been any like fight that you've been into that you got to see since the last time we spoke? Lit, for sure. Uh, Speaking about learning a lot, um, I never got your thoughts on like Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney and all this steroids and you know what I mean? Like, what's your thoughts on the situation, the fight, and how the media and everybody is interpreting it? Like it's like Tupac and Biggie type stuff in boxing. Mm. And I believe you. I believe you on that. I believe you on that because when I said you're like Mills, you had you had Santa lead, and you know what? You no. Yeah. Hold on, coach. Hold on, coach. The people are telling me that they can't hear us. They can't see you. They don't know who I'm talking to. So that means that you're not visible right now. No audio. Let me. Can you come out and come back in? Maybe see if that's the case, or if not, I'll have to restart the line because I don't want to start. I don't want to start cooking and then. All right, cool. Everyone, right now, can you guys see me? Can you hear me so far? Let me know right now in the comment section so I can get this thing fixed up. Let me know if you can hear me right now. I'm gonna tap him in, see if you guys can hear him. Let me know.
Can you hear me now?
I gotta check right now. Guys,
Yeah.
let me know. Can y'all hear him?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody said yeah.
But I think it's because I asked them if they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
hear.
Everybody's saying yeah. Everybody's saying yeah.
Can y'all hear Brian Norman
Yeah.
Jr.?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean
that's three
senior.
years.
We
Yeah,
can
that's
hear
a lot of years. Yeah, they got it.
we can hear and yes
Yeah.
we can see you, but not him. See? But not him. You good, but the person you talking to, you see? Wait a minute, wait
Said
a minute.
somebody said now we good.
HLD, are we good, HLD? Can you hear?
Yeah, it said we can. Yeah, it said we can. Yeah.
Let me know, HLD, if we can hear both
Yeah,
of us.
everybody's saying we good now. Everybody's saying we good now. We good.
All right, cool. All right, all good,
All
all
right,
good.
all right,
So let's
all
start
right.
cooking then.
All right. You want to start over? We good where we at? Go ahead.
All right,
Talk to
let's
me.
start it all over. Let's start it all over.
All right.
What's
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Mills from Mill City Boxing, home of that high level pro boxing media, the Fighters Channel, the Trainers Channel, and we got here Bryan Norman Jr., Senior, and welcome back to the show.
I appreciate you, boss. How you doing, man? How you doing?
So,
My son always picking me. Cause look, I'm no longer my name. I'm known as his dad now.
oh, his dad now.
Yeah, but
So,
I'm good, man. Everything good, man. We was talking about Go ahead, get into it.
how's ATL embracing you guys'
Oh,
victory?
ATL is embracing us as they should have been embracing us before this. You know what I mean? I feel, you know what I mean, because Brian is not even without question one of the best, one of two, in the city or out of the city. Period. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I mean, they should have been giving him the love they're giving him right now, but it's all good. Hey, it's cool. It's cool.
So,
The shit builds character. Yeah.
lot of boxing. We've had Teofimo Lopez just this past weekend. We got Shakur this weekend and Jerome Boots Ennis next weekend. So let's start with top rank. Teofimo Lopez versus Claggett. What's your thoughts on the fight? And also him wanting to move up to 147 pounds.
I noticed this, and I try to pay attention. I try to do my homework, and I try to look around before I go to making ignorant statements and decisions. It's ignorant statements. Ignorant meaning not knowing. But I'm not quite sure Tio want that fight with 'cause, about. Have you heard? I know you heard the news about Bob trying to push the fight between him and my son, right? Brian Norman Jr.
Of course.
I'm not quite sure that Tio want that fight because if
Mhm.
Tio wanted that fight, I looked and I paid attention to the interviews before and leading up to the fights. He was still calling out Crawford, which is two divisions above. Fine and Danny, no problem. They kept asking him about 47. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he might have screamed Boots' name. You know what I mean? But he won't even say B name, which is the most which makes the most sense. You know what I mean? For him, with his title, with his WBO title, and with Bryan being the WBO title, having the WBO title at 147, that makes the most sense. You can't just go jumping across the field like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not quite sure that T.O. himself wants it. I heard his team talk about it. I heard Bob talk about it. I heard a couple people at Top Rank talk about it. I heard a couple of people who know people at Top Rank tell me that's what's coming down the pipe. We accept it all, but I ain't heard T.O. say a word.
Why do you believe that though?
Why do I believe what?
Why do you believe he hasn't said your son's name?
I
Do you
don't
think
know.
it has to do with because his name is not up yet? It's not going to generate money.
Well, with T.O., he just, can you hear me?
Yep.
He just fought fucking Steve Claggett. Come on, bro. He just fought Steve Claggett, dog. So, I mean, that
But
argument is
he's
out the window.
chasing. You see how he was chasing the Crawford fight, so he was chasing. You feel me?
Right. So he just fought Steve Claggett. So that argument is out the window. So we not gonna say because my son's name don't generate money. That's bullshit. It's not about that. You know what I mean? It just is. It's not about that. Anyway, and my son has a title. Claggett didn't have a title. Of course, that was a title defense that he did or whatever. And I don't know why he's not. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, he would have a lot to gain from this because this would make him pretty much
A
almost
three
it
division
would be a
champion.
three division champion. That's huge. At
Hmm.
26, 7 years old, that's huge.
Hmm.
That's a huge accomplishment, man. That early, man. That's getting towards the Hall of Fame type shit. Then you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. You get into this early, and if you keep it going, to keep it going. So now he got a lot to gain from this. The one thing I'm trying to get people to understand about this and about my son, because we want the smoke. Just so y'all know, we want all the smoke, and we starting to notice that a lot of people are being null about the name. They're being null about. So I'm trying to figure out just like you said with the argument of is it because his name is not up, but he's the fucking champ. So you still want the belt. You know what I mean? Regardless, you still want a belt. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell is it about. I don't know, but we want all the smoke.
Yeah, because Tio, he shows that his claim to fame is that I fight the best. I fight the best. So therefore, your son is one of the best at 147 pounds.
Without question, he's one of the best at 147 pounds. Man, I've been hearing a lot of bullshit. I read a lot of comments. I read all the comments. So some of the people who watching, yeah, you gonna see me in the comments, and I'm gonna talk shit right back to you. I'm in there. I get in the mud, which I'm that kind of daddy. Ain't no bragging or no shit like that. I'm just about proving what I say. That's it. You know what I mean? And if anything, I wanted to make sense about what they say. Like, one of the main things I'm sick of hearing about is us not saying Boot's name. I've said it a million. I've said it too many times. I got other interviews. I noticed they ain't never called Boot's name. Yes, the fuck we do. What are y'all talking about? You understand what I'm saying? We want to fight anybody with a belt. We want to fight anybody with a belt, period. That's what we want. We chasing greatness. We want to be undisputed. If Boots has the IBF belt, then here, then later, if he stays at 147, we want to fight Boots. We can fight him next week. We can fight him next month. I mean, it's not a deal. The question was asked to us, which, the order, I told him the order I would like it in. I would like it in Stanionis or either Barrios or either Boots or maybe, however, whatever, for more development of the fight, more development of the thing. Because I think them two are the two most athletic. You know what I mean? The two best fighters at 147. But we can prove it however they want to prove it. You know what I mean? We want all the smoke with everybody. Every name, everybody.
So let's backtrack. What do you thought about the fight with him and Claggett?
Man, I think he took a lot of punishment. He took a lot of punishment. I learned a lot about him. I mean, he just took a lot of punishment. I mean, he was lackluster. I wish he would have did better. But I kind of found myself cheering for Claggett because I'm an underdog anyway. I love cheering for. I always cheer for the underdog. And can you hear me?
Yep.
Can Claggett had a lot of heart, and I wanted Chill to knock him out for our benefit because it would make it a fight bigger between him and my son. But the heart that Claggett was showing, I wanted him to survive, man. I really want him to do well. I really did. I found myself rooting for Claggett.
Cool. Yeah, we got an interview with Claggett tomorrow, uh,
Right.
talking about the fight. So we're gonna get a little bit more into it. You said that Teal got hit a little bit too much for your likings.
His
Um,
face showed a lot, man.
right. Um, without really spilling the game plan, what makes you, what do you think? How does that fight turn out? Your son and Teal in your eyes.
Uh, so we got a new model. It is what it is. Is now it's fist through face. That's what you're gonna hear me repeat. It's fist through face. Can you hear me? I'm sorry, my phone will keep ringing. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. So bottom line is, I think Tio he's a 135 pounder. He was a strong 135 pounder, and that he thinks he's bad, and he just can't get out. He can't get over that. So I watched a couple of his fights before when the fight was brought up to us and pitched to us, and if he comes or even tries to be a badass against my son, it's not going to be a good day for him at all. It's not, and it won't last. It won't last at all. I bet any amount of money on that.
Did you learn when it comes down to some of the learning factors of that fight that night? Did you learn more inside the ring in that night from Tio, or outside the ring when it comes down to press conferences and responding to that response from that performance? My bad.
I didn't really learn nothing from T.O. from that performance. I think he just was in there with a guy that was that was determined, and he was there with a guy that was just he had hellified determination, which I always appreciate. And I mean, he just caught hell with him. I don't learn nothing about him. I mean, what I learned about him is that he'll do his best to try to rise to the occasion, but he had a hard goddamn time doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I don't think it takes away from his heart. If anything, it elevates his heart because that boy was working, and T.O. worked more.
Where would Tio, when you look at skill for skill as a coach, where would you rank him if he was on your son's resume next?
Skill for skill, I don't think he's a very skilled fighter. I never see him as a very skilled fighter. You know, a skilled fighter is looking for things. A skilled fighter is setting up things. I take him as a fighter that's out there. He's very athletic naturally. I think he's very athletic naturally, and he does, you know, just like Roy Jones was. He just does unconventional things that gives other conventional fighters problems. They give other, you know, normal, conventional, everyday fighters problems. You know what I mean? But I
Mm,
don't think it was. I don't think skill had nothing to do. I mean, if he was that skilled, he wouldn't have took all them goddamn shots to the face because there's certain things you could have done to stop that.
right.
Yeah.
What up? Do you feel like he should stay to 140? Do you feel like he should stay at 140, or you
If he's
think that
smart, he will. If he's smart, he will. Yes, sir. There's no way he should be at 147. No way.
who do you think he can beat at 140 that has a belt?
He possibly got a chance against Pitbull if he with the athleticism and he move and box him a little bit. He might have a chance against him, but that's a good ass fight. Pitbull might knock his ass out. I
Mm,
mean, yeah, I mean he might have a chance against Pitbull that got a belt. And
mm.
who was the guy that just won? Liam Paro? Can't say because that was my first fight seeing with Liam Paro, so I can't really give a fair assessment of Liam Paro. He had a great night that night. He beat Matias. I think Matias he had that point where a lot of fighters get where they think they just bad and they just it's more of a I can't give an opinion of Leon Paul. I can't give an honest opinion.
Mm, I like
Yeah,
it. I like it.
right.
So let's get into Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson this week. He's fighting Artem, a guy that has fought Frank Martin last. Um, he believes he beat Frank Martin. I think that he was definitely beating Frank Martin. That body shot looked a little suspect for me, but he said something about his face hurt or something. So whatever. What do you think about that matchup this weekend?
I don't know him too well. I know from his resume, from what you're telling me, is it seems like it's just a out of the door kickoff fight for that top rank gave To because they know not To that they gave Shakur because they know he's not gonna resign with him. Sound like some bullshit to me, to be
Mm.
honest with you. That's
You
what I
think that
see it like.
Shakur's
It,
gonna
does-
hit him with
that-
a
it
dog
doesn't.
belt?
He doesn't gain anything. He doesn't gain anything from this fight. He doesn't have anything to gain from this fight.
Mm.
Do you think he has something to gain from this fight?
I mean, this guy arguably beat Frank Martin. Frank Martin just fought Tank.
Okay.
Frank, if all right, so check this out. Shakur Stevenson stops him. Frank
Now,
Martin didn't
that
stop
would
him.
be right. Now that would be a testimony. Now there you go. If he stops him, then you change the game, right? But just beating him, I don't think he really gains anything.
There it is.
And to me, to be honest with you, even watching Frank, because I only watched a couple of Frank's fight, him, Michelle Rivera, that guy, and with Tank, I think if anything, I think he had an off night that night. You know, fighters have off nights or whatever. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, no, I hear you on that. What do you think about that matchup down the line too? Shakur and Tank.
I changed my mind on it. I always thought that Shakur would beat him. I always thought any good boxer would beat him, but I do believe any good boxer, if they can survive. I think everybody. I think all of them because I've seen Tank personally. I know I watched him like any good boxer, if they can survive, can beat Tank. I mean, his numbers alone show you that any good boxer can beat him because his numbers are the least and he's the most accurate, right? But they're the least output of any fighter. So if you just box him and move, you can take that power or shy away from the power or withstand it. You have to win. There's no other way. You can't lose against him. He throws the least amount of punches.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's just simple mathematics, really.
So before, what you're saying is before you thought Tank, now you believe Shakur.
No, 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 no. Before I thought Shakur hands down, period. But that's even with Tank's power. Now I'm giving Tank's power a little more credit. So now I'm saying it's just all about can he stay away from that power. You know what I mean? Shakur not a big guy. Shakur is not a big guy. So I mean, him being not a big guy, I think Frank is a more rugged guy. A lot more. I think Frank is a lot more rugged guy than Shakur is or whatever. So I mean, if he couldn't take it or whatever, that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, the only other one I see probably giving him a chance right now that's ready would be Andy Cruz. I think Andy Cruz can get him. I think Andy Cruz got the best chance of getting him. And then of
Mm.
course, you got the Keyshawn Davises with a possibility, but I think Keyshawn Davis also his ego a little too big, so he gonna try to fight, so he might get knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about Abdullah Mason?
Oh hell yeah, but I didn't even bring him up because he's 20 years old. I mean, he a
Right,
phenom. You know what I'm
Bean.
saying? Like that.
Right.
Yeah, I fuck with Mason. Yeah, he great, man. But yeah, he not ready. No, he got a lot of growing to do. He probably matter of fact, that probably never happen. It'll never happen. He got too many years. He got too many years to go. Too much growing to do, and by the time you get there, he'll be too big. It just won't add up. I don't think it ever add up.
I think one really competitive fight on that card is Oshaki Foster versus Conceição. I believe it's the guy that you know, the guy that fought Lomachenko and Shakur. He's Brazilian. That's the time that Shakur didn't make weight on the scale.
Right, right, right.
His last fight at 130. So,
Yeah,
do you know the guy I'm talking about? A little bit awkward, Brazilian.
yeah. I seen him, but I don't know too much about him to give an honest opinion on him.
Yeah, right, right, right. But
Yeah.
leading up, back to your division again. Jerron Boots Ennis versus David Avanesian. What do you think about that fight?
I don't. I mean, he was on the IBF list, it was just. I think that was a business decision as far as anything. It's more than anything. I mean, Eddie Hearn, they know what they're doing. I think it was more of a business decision than anything. You can't just get a top with a top fighter like Boots. With a top. With a top fighter like Boots, his last opponent fell out literally, what's that, 3 weeks before the damn fight, for a month before the fight. You got to get something in there durable, somebody on the list, somebody, get you a good title defense in there. So I think it's fair. I think that's fair.
Um, how you think that fight plays out? Do you think that Boots
He'll knock
does
him
a
out.
better?
He'll knock,
Do you,
he should. He should. Well, what I know about Boots is that if you he like a kid in the playground when he in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna take advantage of everything he sees, and I think Avenue gonna give him a lot to see. Meaning a lot to see that he can do that Boots can do to Avenesian. So I think he's gonna show out on him. I think he's gonna be a stellar performance, and he's gonna show out on him and make the world think how great he is again. That's what I
do,
believe.
do you think he does a better job than Crawford?
Yeah, because I think he young. He hit the gas. I think he does. I don't think it's gonna really mean much. He's hungry. He go out there, he hit the gas. It's like a Ferrari when you on the yeah. He go out there, he just smash the gas on you. You know what I mean? And I think that's what he's gonna do to Avenesian. He ain't gonna go out there and play with it. I think
Mm,
Crawford, how they talk about downloading data, which I always laugh at. But I think Crawford goes out there and he take his time and see what he got, see what he's looking at, see what's what. And Crawford take his time and pick him apart. I don't think Boots gonna even worry about this shit. I think Boots gonna go out there and just fuck him up.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to give Boots something to respect, and I don't think Abenija has enough to give him the respect.
Okay.
Which is
That,
why I want everybody to hear me again. I think my son will beat Boots too, because
mm,
he gonna give him some respect.
why? Tell the viewers why else that you believe that you beat.
We on a different playing field right now. We on a, it's a different mindset right now. It's a
Mm.
whole different mindset right now. It's a whole different energy right now. People don't know what I know. Again, from what I've been saying from the beginning, it's been correct. So you can sit in the comments. You can say what you want to say. My son 26-0 with 20 knockouts. You know what I mean? They served him up. He was clearly served up as a B-side fighter on his own network, on his own national team. I mean, he was a 4-1 underdog. He was everything. You know what I mean? He went out there and he dominated. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even. You know what I mean? They want to talk about his defense and talk about what if he get hit with this and what if he get hit with that. But just so y'all know, y'all never seen Boots knock out anybody with just one punch. It's accumulation of punches. Then he'll catch him and he'll catch him and he'll hurt him and then he knock him out. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's not a whole lot of one hit or quitter fighters out there no more like that. You know what I mean? The Mike Tysons in the there's not a whole lot of them out there. You know what I'm saying? That'll hurt you and take you out with one shot. You know what I'm saying? But my son has everything he needs to give him trouble, I believe. Again, I want to say before this shit get out there, nothing but respect for Boost, nothing but respect for Bozy. Helped us tremendously. All of the above. Again, if they chose to fight us next, we will fight them with no disrespect. We're not going to push to fight them next. So we're not saying, yeah, send the contract. We ain't on that kind of shit, but we will fight anybody. I just want to put it out there. We're not afraid to fight anybody at any time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, he's with Eddie Hearn. Do you feel like that fight could be made?
Absolutely. There's no reason why it couldn't be made. We willing. We want to be undisputed. They want to be undisputed. I don't think it makes more sense. And somebody said something to me today, and it makes more sense for Stanionis and Barrios now that the news is out. Now that the news is out for Stanionis and Barrios, I'm sorry, that Stanionis just signed back to PBC. You heard about that? So now that that news is out, it only makes sense for them to fight each other to try to keep their belts in house.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So that makes the most sense if Barrios gonna get that Pacquiao fight or whatever they're supposed to be talking about. You know what I mean? Now we was on for Stanionis. We agreed to Stanionis. We ain't heard nothing since. So maybe that's what was in the. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what was up with that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that was about.
You
But
think?
my bad. Let me take it back. I'm sorry. I had a point. My point was since they're going to be tied up, since they're going to be tied up, and it's about belts, and we about belts. Boots is about belts, and that's what we're trying to do. If we take a title defense, maybe fight him. We will fight. We will fight at any time if we can agree. It's nothing but love. We don't mind eating with the brothers or whatever the case may be. It's nothing but love and respect or whatever. But yeah, we'll fight them. We'll fight them next. It don't
Where
make
does
sense, but we will.
where does that where does that fight? Where do you feel like that fight should be held?
I mean, they're on common ground. But that's also why I wanted to build a fight. When I spoke with you last time, I told you I would like to build a fight. It's just too much to me. I don't like people talking shit. Now, of course, Bosey and Boots ain't said a word. I don't like the fact that I've seen 3 interviews from them. Of course, this is no disrespect to them, no shots at them. They doing what they're supposed to do. We doing what we were supposed to do. Nobody even asked the question. Nobody even asked. My son is just one of. Nobody even asked the fucking question about no night. Like they didn't even bring. And then in the comments, I read the comments. In my comments on any video you see me or my son, you gonna see boost, 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 scared, 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 boost, boost, boost. You go to his shit and he don't say nothing about nobody except I want all the belts. But you won't even see my son name in the fucking comment. I'm like, so the interviewer don't bring him up. The people in the comments don't bring him up. You acting like he don't exist. Well, that was old. That's the rule of old now. He exists now. He the champ. He going to be the champ as of next month now. He exists. You can't look. You can't block. Can you hear me?
Yep.
You can't blind you. You can't cover your eyes with that. They can do what the fuck they want. They fucked around and let the wrong people in. That's what they did. They fucked around. They
Mm.
thought they had a B-side fighter. They had a 23-year-old kid. They thought it was food. They thought it was green. Everybody was in the comments. Oh, stand there. He gonna get took out. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. Then once he did it, oh man, he ain't shit. Roach could have beat him. Blair Flair could beat him. Rashida Ellis could be. Motherfucker, we here for all of them. We here for all the smoke. So I mean, hey, as long as they talking, we good. We here for the smoke. When the offers get made, we accept it. I promise you that.
What do you think about that fight? With Rashidi Ellis and your son. I mean, that was a fight that was supposed to happen with Boots. A lot of people thought that Rashidi beat Villa that night. He was
Take him in a
one
heart-
hand.
we'll take him in a heartbeat.
Mm.
Take him in a heartbeat, no problem.
How's that fight play out?
B gonna knock him out.
Knock him out.
He gon' it will be a tough it'll be a tougher fight because he throws so many punches, but I got a rule about all them punches that the motherfucker throw. He gon' if he don't take him out, Rashidi gonna change everything he do. You mark my words and you stamp this, you time stamp this for whatever time this is right now. Rashidi
So I'm
Ellis
making a
will not
video
be
out of
speedy. Rashidi Ellis will not be Speedy Rashidi if he fights my son that night. He will not be Speedy Rashidi. The reason he's Speedy Rashidi is because he throws a lot of combinations, correct? On everything I love, he would not sit there and throw a lot of combinations. He won't do it. I know how to handle that. He won't do it at all. You'll see just when any other, you will see a totally different fighter.
it. Mm.
And and that's why I say knockout. He may not knock him out because he's gonna be a different fighter, and he may turn into a survival mode. I don't know what it's gonna be after that, but I know he's not going to be the same fighter you used to seeing. That's not going to happen.
You think that's a good fight on your son's resume?
Absolutely. We'll take him. We'll take Roman Villa. But the thing about Roman Villa, I don't want nobody to think we're taking about the leftovers. We'll take all the guys. Anybody that's a formidable opponent, we will take him. I mean, if it makes sense, we will. I mean, we still on the rise. We just happen to get world champ. We jumped the line. They thought they had food. They thought they had a B-side fighter. You did not have a B-side fighter. Even if Top Rank, just so y'all know, even if Top Rank had to drop my son, I would have been fine with that too, because that would have meant with his record, with his stellar record that he has, somebody else would have tried to use that record, which is the same thing Satian just did, and bring him in and say he's not as good as they think. And just like I told you, Mill, nobody knew what I knew. I watch him every day. I watch him all day. I've been watching him all his life. You know what I mean? He got a lot more. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I got something to say.
Say it.
All right. So check this out right here. I'm gonna give back the Boost real quick. If you notice, you've never seen Boost. You hear Boost when he talk about how he got more in the bag, he never had to pull it out. That's a true statement, but it's the same statement with my son. You take these guys that's supposed to be on this upper level on a certain level, it levels the boxing. Everybody agree to that. But you never even seen them have to, like, you've never seen them have to dig. You never seen Boost have to dig for anything. You never seen my son have to dig for anything. They never had to dig. They just go in there. It's work. It's just work. You know what I mean? Even when he got dropped with Boca Chica, it's just work. When he just fought Santillan with all of that pressure, all of those punches, all of those dirty shots, elbows forearms to the face, shoulder blocks. When he fought, he wasn't digging. You watch his face; he was calm as he could be. He wasn't digging. He wasn't have to come out of, and so think about when you get a wounded dog like that. I mean, again, that's why I'm giving this credit to Boots. I understood when he said what he was saying about he got more. They don't have to dig. There's nothing to these boys not even pushing them. So it's the levels go so much higher.
Mm. Mm. Um.
Oh, hold on,
Wow.
hold on, hold on, hold on. One more thing. I just read something. I just seen it go Boots, Boots, Boots. You see that shit? So now, look, in the comments, won't nobody say Boots' name. Now they said his name too many times. Y'all some bitches. Everybody scared to say Boots' name. Now they said his name too many motherfucking times. But y'all some bitches.
Now
Make up your mind.
they
Yeah, go
came
ahead.
out. They all came out. If you from Philly, what's good? Say shout out.
Make sure we know that I fuck with him in Philly. Man, that's the best work. If anybody heard my video last night, Philly, nothing but props. Best fight time, best gym that Bozy got. They helped us tremendously. 4 years elevated our game. Everybody in the gym, not Boots, not just Boots. Everybody in the gym from all the fighters they got, man, that's the place to be. I hate that we got this shit going on, but of course it's not personal. It's nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but respect. When Boots go out there and knock this boy out. In a couple of weeks, I'm gonna text Bozy like I always do. Congratulations, brother. Handle your business, and nothing but love. I mean, it is what it is. Ain't no disrespect. Rail up there, man. I fuck with all of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with nobody. It's not personal, nothing personal at all. But we talking about fighting. Like we talking about we getting in there and working, and all of them boys up there in that gym know that my boy can fight. I've seen people in the interview lying and shit. I seen such and such beat him up. Okay, fucking post the video, post the whole video, and I'm gonna post the video. You got people posting clips and shit. I got the whole video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey man, it is what it is, man.
there's a lot of rumors going around.
A lot of fucking rumors going around. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as with the Booth situation, yeah, no, that's true. The first time they ever sparred, or whatever the case be, no, Booth got off on B the first time they ever sparred. That's the truth. That was he was. I mean, fuck the age. He was younger, of course. Everything else, and again, it's what I just told you. If you give him a blank slate, you give him a playground. He gonna play all over the motherfucking field. You feel what I'm saying? That's a true story. You feel me? So I'm glad we got it and got to work with him. I seen what it was. You know what I mean? He never, after the first day they ever sparred, he never sparred him the same ever again. They sparred 3 or 4 more times. He never sparred him the same. Not saying my son beat him up or got the best of him, whatever, but Boost didn't just beat him up and get the best of him either, though. So that's the truth. I'm very candid about what I say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's the story about Boost beating? Yeah, the first day they ever sparred, yeah, he did. He touched my boy. Come on, it was a shocker. When the bell go off, he hit the gas, and that was good. You know, he's very confident. He's very talented. You know, and again, if he catch your ass looking like your deer in headlights, he gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
but again, we ain't on that no more. It's a different light.
Word. Word. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's a different light.
I was hearing rumors too about it as well.
Oh, ask me about it, man. I'm very listen to me, brother. I'm very candid. I would tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear. With the first time they ever sparred, that's what it was. Then you can ask if anybody chooses to ask them questions because they won't even ask about us. I told Boost and I told Bozy, man, because they seen him. He fucked up the same week that we was there when he was still 20 years old. I ain't gonna say no name. I ain't gonna say no name. He fucked up 3 right there on the spot, like the very next day. Fucked him up the next day. And I said, see, so the first day he sparred with Boost, and Boost did what he did. And then I think B sparred a couple other people. He did okay. Then after that, the next day, Boost sparred a guy that he had already beat up from New York that wanted some get back or some shit like that. So B going there, so we didn't get to spar Boost the second day. B sparred 3 other people, fucked him up. Then I'll go to Bozy and Boost and I say, brother, I'm trying to tell you, man, he can give you a lot better work, man. It was you. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I think he was just tripping because it was you. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he respected you too much or whatever that. Then, Boost even made the statement. Now he just used to people not being as sharp as him. He not people, you know what I'm saying? And that's a fair statement if that's what he want to say. But I know my boy, and what it was is just, he got caught like a deer in the headlights, but that shit is over with.
Mm.
So if you're talking about anything, you're talking about one sparring session. The first sparring session that was my son was 20. That was 2020 November, October 2020. Um, and it was the very first one, and it didn't happen again.
How many rounds were you supposed to go?
Oh, he was in with they were mixing them in. I think Boots had 12 fights. He was doing 12 rounds, so they do 4-minute rounds. And I think B was doing 3 or 4 4-minute rounds, one of the two. So they just 6. Oh, he said he did 6 rounds the first time.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and so you guys took a lot. You took a lot from that as a coach as well. Like you,
Man, look, from him again, I give props. I say names. I'm not no motherfucker that hide nothing. So
how
people
old
are
was he
you
anyway?
kept,
How old was he
huh?
at the time?
B was
How
20.
old?
He had just turned, wait, 2020. He was 19. He had just turned 20. Oh, that was 2020. He had just turned 20. No, he wasn't 20 yet. He was 19. He was 19.
Did you
Yes. He
you
wasn't 20
guys?
yet.
How much apart do you guys have from
He
Booth?
turned he turned 20 the very next month. He was 19.
Okay, so you guys have a far age gap.
Him and Boost is 27 and B is 23. So that's
Oh
4
yeah,
years.
that's 4 years.
Yeah, but B just turned B is 23 in 5 months right now. So they give you what we're looking at.
Mm.
23 and 5, 6 months, whatever. Yeah. So he like 23 and a half. So he got a whole another 6 months before he turned 24. But I mean, we ain't worried about that part. That don't mean nothing. But when you're coming up, when it comes to maturity, getting into your man strength and your man size, it does matter. But I ain't making no excuses or taking no excuses from behind it. But That's what happens, when you're growing up. Now, once you're grown and you're within that realm when you're in your prime, you know what I'm saying, when you're 25, 26, up to about 32, 33, you know what I'm saying? But when you get about 35, 36, depending on the person, the individual, because each people age differently, you know what I'm saying? But, 25, 26 around there, then it's about even. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, he was a kid at the time. 19 or 20, some shit. He was even. He was a kid at the time.
Okay, 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 okay.
Oh, but again, like I just said, I told them that my son just respected him. That was it. Simple as that. Should have never
Mm.
happened again, and it never did happen again.
What happened?
I just told you when he first hit the gas, he painted my he just painted he painted a perfect portrait. That's what I was telling you. That's what
He
I'm
just got
telling you.
off on the
That's
top.
what. Yeah, that's what I peeped about him. I looked at another one of his fights. I just happened to look because I watched his fights live, but I've never looked at him as an opponent. When you're looking at him as a coach and opponent, it's two totally different things. So one day when the shit got loud, when all this noise got loud, I said, let me go see this. I just happened to go look. Let me just go look. You know what I'm saying? So I went and looked at him. Who the fuck was he fighting? No, I couldn't even get a real good fight on him because they don't have none of his fight. Showtime, they don't really be showing their damn fights and letting this shit play back on the internet. So I looked at some highlights and I paid attention. It's same as that thing he did to my son. If he catch you looking, if he catch you sleeping, he gonna blast you. That's just the way it is. He gonna
Right.
blast you. He gonna blast you. He gonna paint your ass. You can't. He too confident. He too up for that. You know what I'm saying? His energy too up for that. But again, that's why I say I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we went through it. We learned a lot from it. I name names. I say names. Another person that helped us out, showed us a lot, Jaleel Hackett. Another one. That my son, the training ethic, you know what I'm saying? It was around the same time. The training ethic was down. You know what I mean? My son got tired in there, whatever. We realized how much of a workhorse he was. Man, none of these boys ain't out training them like that. I think the closest thing would be is Boots. I think Boots would be the closest thing to being physically in shape as him is Boots, from what I see. Everybody else don't stand. Even Jaleel now don't stand a chance. That's just my opinion.
Jalil Hackett's fight and Pistol Pete from New York
Yeah,
City. What do you think about that
yeah.
fight?
I think it's a great step up. I think it's a great step up, and I think it's a great test for Pistol Pete too. I mean, Pistol Pete is a little older, so I mean, he gotta make a name for himself some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? You can't make a name for yourself because people like Nigel Ben get the luxury of living off of his daddy's name. I mean, let's just be real. That's what it is. He ain't fought no fucking body. He never did. He's going off of his daddy's name. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hell, they even whatever. But anyway, some people don't get no luxury. Like you can't find one fucking decent name on Connor Ben. I said Nigel Ben, Connor Ben. You can't
Yeah.
find one decent name on Connor Ben resume.
Yeah. I mean, without needing to complain about certain things, as far as like Chris Algieri and his knee, or
Right,
Chris,
right. Yeah, you can't find just a straight up fighter. You can't do it. Yeah, no,
we can't
it's
talk
just,
about a good win.
master matchmaking. That's all it is, man. He riding off of his dad's name, which is fine and dandy, man. We would love to get that opportunity too. You know what I mean? But Conor Ben ain't got what we need, but we would love to fight him. As far as the name go, we'll take that shit too. You know what I'm saying? But he don't have what we need, and that's one of them straps. We trying to get the straps. That's what we need.
Hmm. And you know, it it's crazy. Do you guys feel like 147 is where you guys are staying? Like, is that like where? Because he doesn't look like he's too tall.
My son, 147. He gonna be 147 for a minute. He gonna be 147 for a minute. Yeah. Now he don't have no problem making weight. I know he was overweight one time, but that was some bullshit. That was some shit he was on. But he don't have no problem making weight. He 5'8". He ain't too tall. He 5'8". Um, let me see. He walks around when he got a fight coming up around 160. Around 160, under 160, 159. I mean, he always been that way. Outside of that, the biggest he might blow up to, he had blown up to 170, 175 before, but that was like a very brief moment. But like on a regular, the biggest he might get is 65 or a second to touch it and then realize what's going on there. He stays in shape, man. He stay. Let me show you something real quick. Let me show you something. The motherfucker's in his living room with a damn cryo. I'm at his house. This is I'm at his house. This is what he do, bro. This is his life. I'm on
Yeah.
here doing the interview. You know, I'm minding my business. He here with a fucking ice bath up in the pillow. This is what he, but this is his life though. You understand what I'm saying? This is all he do. I just can't. I just stopped by to come. When you text me and told me we were gonna do an interview, I needed some Wi-Fi. I said, well, shit, I was close to my son's house, so let me go holler at my boy. So I came over here. I've been sitting over here waiting on you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker sitting in his living room finna put a fucking ice bath. But that's his life though. So with that being said, I mean he don't do all the rest of that shit. He don't party, he don't drink, he don't smoke, he ain't hanging out late, he ain't doing all that shit. He find that shit fun. He find working out fun.
What other names, as far as you guys are looking at when it comes to Top Rank stable at 147?
Say it one more time, bro.
What are other names at 147 pounds that you guys are looking at?
Guess what just happened? We just amassed all that shit. We just amassed all. We just topped all that. We topped all. That's why you don't hear nothing. We just topped all that. I don't want to say Josh Taylor because that's the only name that's supposedly coming up. They don't have anymore. We just topped all of that. That's
So
what
you
we came
telling me?
through and did. Huh?
So there's no name. They haven't presented you guys no names.
T.O. That's what I'm telling you, T.O. We agreed. That was before the fight. I don't think they said it after the fight. We agreed. It wasn't offered it wasn't formally offered. It was before the fight. But it was definitely offered. Would you take that fight? We say, yeah, in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? And we were like, y'all tried to serve my boy up on with the Geo shit first, but we were like another one, before then. So we tried to stand Jonas or Barrios and, found out what we found out. They're saying what they're saying. We think they're stalling. So okay, if y'all really want T.O. to go that big, then we got to come up with the funds to make this happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you got us waiting on him. You got us waiting on T.O. now, so you got to come up with some funds to make it make sense. I mean, come on.
So I mean, the chances of Tio wanting to fight you guys. I mean, do you guys feel like you got to be outspoken for this type of a fight? Like, how do you guys per se get this fight?
Nah, man, we don't have to be outspoken for it. No, we don't have to be outspoken. It's not even for us. It's gonna be for T.O., and that's the problem, and that's why they got to pay for that. It's not
Mm.
even gonna be. I'm not. I'm a realist. I'm not like okay, they doing this shit. No, they doing this shit because we got the belt. They believe we the weakest link. They gonna get let down again. That's what's gonna happen. It's all. It's a new. It's trust me. We pissed off now. Trust me, because at the fact that they tried to serve us up the G had to do. We did what we had to do with Geo. Now they trying to serve us up to T.O. All right, we got you. You
The
want to fuck
Geo
up your
and
whole?
the
Hey,
Tio.
if they want to fuck up their whole squad, if they want to fuck up their whole squad, we'll do that. You want to put Josh Taylor next? We'll do that. Whoever the fuck else that they got next, we'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Whichever one. If they see my boys, if they see my boys a weaker link and they think this shit sweet, we gonna show them.
Mm. I like it. I like it. Um, Terrence Crawford's fighting in L.A. Turkey Al Sheik is hosting it. What you think about that? What do you think about Turkey entering, boxing?
Again, the only reason Terrence Crawford is fighting him because I don't even know Madrimov other than Terrence Crawford fighting him. Never heard of him. But I mean, it would have been the same thing with my son, and they fight my son. Never heard of him until except he got that belt. So Terrence Crawford is chasing greatness, trying to get that strap. That's why I said we. That's why I said they can't ignore us. You know what I mean? Madrimov is known because he got that strap, and that's why he's known right now. So I think it's a good fight for Terrence Crawford. I don't know Madrimov. I don't know how good he really is. Somebody told me that Terrence Crawford got a chance of losing, but I don't know how good Madrimov is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I know Terrence Crawford's tracing greatness, and if he win it, that'll be shit. He already in the Hall of Fame. That'd be wonderful, man.
Now, did Crawford vacate the WBO? Oh, signal.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Do you know if
Can you hear me?
Crawford? Do you know if Crawford vacated the WBO?
We wish. Hell no, he ain't vacated yet, man. That's what we waiting on. That's the problem. He ain't vacated yet.
Is is that something that excites you?
Oh, yeah, I think that's holding us up. It's holding everything up or whatever. It's holding everything up. I don't know why he holding on to the belt. Maybe he just don't want to deal with it. I don't know why he holding on to the belt. But yeah, no, it's holding everything up. I think it's holding up talks, and I think when they elevate him to full champ, nobody will fight. Nobody said my name yet. Nobody. I heard Rashid. I saw Rashida Ellis in one in one comment section saying he'll love that fight. When I think it was James, somebody was pitching that fight. So I mean, I saw Rashida Ellis agreed to it, but that's just in the fucking comment or whatever. But
That
I
was
don't
me.
think I ain't heard.
That was
Uh,
me. He told me that he would like to.
oh, that was you. Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, it's yours then. Yeah. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Again, we not ducking no smoke. Every chance we was a 4 chance, we gonna give them a chance, man. This a new generation. You talking
Mm,
about we ain't ducking shit. You got hey, we gonna stand on our shield. If we wrong, we wrong. If we right, we right. As simple as that. We ain't ducking shit.
right, right. Um, Once again, what else would you like to say? Anything that haven't been able to say in this live that you would like to tell the people?
Man, I ain't nothing I want. I said what I had to say a million times. I'm just sick of people saying, "Well, we who the fuck we ducking? We ain't ducking nobody." You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but respect. We ain't ducking nobody. We want to work. Hell, we want to fight next week. Shit, but of course, it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he the champ now. When he was on ESPN Plus, when he was a contender slash prospect, whatever you want to call him, he was called in the funky place when he got with Top Rank. He was called in the funky place anyway. And the funky place he was caught in was he had all of those fights, but he didn't have a lot of upper experience yet. You know what I mean? Meaning upper fighters on a higher tier, which I would have liked and I asked for while he was getting those fights. You know what I'm saying? So he caught in the funky place of where you can't really call him a prospect because he had too many fights and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But he passed the world champ. You ain't gonna be away. I was raised of May 2000 and 24, he won the world WBO interim, and he was elevated to the WBO champ when Terrence Crawford do this. So it is what it is.
We have here HLD. Why didn't you smush uh, Tim Bradley's face, man? We needed that bad.
Yeah, I'm glad you said something about Tim Bradley real quick. Now with the Tim Bradley shit, just so y'all know, all the people talking about he gonna whoop my, y'all have no fucking clue about this little Chihuahua motherfucker. You right about Chihuahua. That's exactly what he is. He is afraid. I asked this man for a fight. He agreed to a fight. We agreed to 200 pounds catch weight. We agreed to an exhibition bout. Ain't heard from the motherfucker since. I hit him on the IG. I ain't heard from the motherfucker since. Just so y'all know, I was a fighter myself. He's a little guy. He ain't never been the ultimate fighter. Like, he didn't beat Pacquiao. He barely a fucking Hall of Fame. He shouldn't even be there. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like he just know a motherfucker to me. But that's a whole nother story, man. You know, so I fuck him up. The reason I did not smush his face is because again, it's still a business. I'm still a grown man. I got a lot to lose. I wasn't finna be caught up in New York and no bullshit. Not about this, not about that. You know what I'm saying? And for others, because I don't want to be long winded. For others, the reason that me and Tim Bradley has beef is his not his criticism of it's not his criticism of my son. The reason we had beef was the way he did it. Again, it was from the first fight with Quentin Roundle. He was doing it because he wanted Quentin Roundle to win, and it wasn't going that way. He started doing that to my son in round two. He started dogging him. He was fucking up Top Rank's product. If he's supposed to be promoting Top Rank's product, you don't shit on it. You don't shit on it and say, "Here, this shit is good." You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? He was fucking up the product. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. You know what I mean? So he was doing against what he was supposed to be doing, and it was unfair, and it was bullshit. Simple as that, man.
Nice. We got phone lines are open. We got HLD. We here live.
What's going on, man? We're gonna see him right now. That was my question, man. Because man, I wanted you to smush face him so bad. I wanted you to smush face him. Everybody was holding him back. Everybody was holding him back because they knew you were too damn big. And you gonna.
I'm gonna say this. Listen, I gotta also say
You
this.
could hear your face in the video. You could even hear your voice, and he was perfect.
It was kind of distorted at the end.
He said that we could hear his y'all voices in the video.
Check this out. I gotta say that it was two encounters slash three. First one he walked up to me. The second one when you saw me walking to him, there was a third one slash only second one. After that, I went and got him. He was hiding behind three motherfuckers on the stage. I went up there. That's talking all the shit in the world. That's what it was. He was hiding behind. The man is a coward. You understand me? I had to convince these people. Listen, I'm a grown ass man. I'm not finna hit this man. Come on, man. You can't put your hands on. You can't put. Come on, bro. You feel what I'm saying? The man is a coward, bro. He ain't what you think, man. His big head ass is a pussy.
Yo, respect to Junior, man. Respect to
What you
Junior
say?
because I like how he positioned himself just behind you to the side, not getting into the argument between the two grown men, but he ready to back up.
I'm glad you peeped that.
Every damn minute he was ready to get in it. You know what I mean? Respected the young man. He let you two do your thing. He was just, I'm making sure nobody gonna be stupid with my pops. Let them two handle it, right? I
Right,
love the
right.
play, man. Respect to you guys, man. Even though you guys will be my arch nemesis when Teal go up to 147, but I love you guys, bro. You guys are cool people, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you, but I appreciate you, man. But yeah, no, I'm not stupid. I'm not trying to lose what I got. I'm not trying to fuck it up for my son. I'm not trying to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be all that. You know that one thing you say now, if a Bernard Hawkins or one of them motherfuckers push me, it ain't gonna be that kind of shit right now. It's gonna be a whole different story then. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers put their hands on me, then we're gonna have a different story. Yeah, but
Uh, Yeah, it was funny because you only can hear Tim Bradley's voice. You were barking loud. Like, you were talking, and bro, he started. He started turning. We couldn't even hear you. You weren't loud. You couldn't hear nothing you said. But bro, he made a commotion. He made a commotion. Like, help me, people. This dude is big. Help me.
right. Yeah, man. Look.
What you think about Frank Martin?
I'm glad they took him out. I'm glad they took him out of Tio fight though. I'm glad.
Oh yeah. So tell me what you think.
Yeah, to show him they did this shit because they did that because Tio he fucking biased. He biased against certain fighters. Yeah, they didn't do that shit to no fucking vacation.
Tell me what you think about Frank Martin and Tank Davis that fight.
Didn't do anything different. You can go back and watch it again. He didn't do nothing different. He started doing it. No, the fuck. Stop. Frank stopped moving. Frank stopped jabbing. Frank started flinching. Frank started being afraid. He started staying stationary more and more because he was just looking for something to come. He was looking for something to come that wasn't coming yet. That was the problem. And then when he hit him, when he actually did throw some shit, it made it worse. You know what I'm saying? So then he was really looking for it to come. So it was just again, that's why I say I think he was the most rugged at the time that had a chance of beating him boxer. But I believe all of the boxers they want to give Tank credit for boxing. Yeah, fine. He does it to a minimum though. Just He doesn't do it a lot. He does it to a minimum. It's a minimum. It's a minimum type thing. You feel what I'm saying? So if you got a guy like Andy Cruz that can box the whole fucking time, you got a guy like Frank Martin that can box the whole time and they can last, then I mean they can beat him. I mean, again, just stay away from his fucking power. That's it. All that shit about rubbing faces on the glove and shit like that. I saw the punches hitting his ass. Y'all saw the punches hitting his ass. Like the fact that they even had to say that was crazy to me.
I agree with Senior, man. He said it earlier. If you could box and not get caught, you could beat Tank.
Yeah, if you can box and not get caught, you can beat Tank. It's just hands down. It's just you can't. Pitbull came. Pitbull came in. Tank held him. Tank can box. Like I said, to a minimum, box him around, punch him, get his points. I mean, it wasn't a very exciting fight until Pitbull was trying to throw them haymaker ass shits and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That was what was exciting about the fight was the possibility that Pitbull could possibly, that Pitbull could possibly beat him. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at it from another standpoint, as it not being Tank, it really wasn't the most exciting fight.
Mm.
If that wasn't Tank fight.
What you think about Tank and Loma with that possibility? You think Loma gets him?
I think he gonna knock Loma ass out. If he don't knock his ass out, Loma gonna box the shit out of him. That's what I think. I don't think, but what I don't think, the difference in this one is I think Loma got enough experience. Tank was right about Frank's experience. It was the experience that made him freeze. It was the lack of experience, lack of under the lights, the lack of that shit that made him, not be able to handle that kind of pressure. I think Loma will be able to handle that part. I don't think Loma gonna stop doing that. But here's the problem I got with Loma. He starts slow early, which is a problem. So he starts late, starts slow. Like usually when people if they smart, if they do any goddamn thing different, they better start fast because that's when people get rounds in on Tank is at the beginning. So it might end early if he starts slow. It might fucking just end early. He might just go in and knock his ass out. You know what I'm saying? But once he gets started, if he can make it through, he'll beat him. But if Tank hit his ass, I don't know, buddy. He's a small guy.
Mm. Any more questions, HLD?
No, man, that was it, man. It's always fun having you, Senior, man. You talk your shit. You
Yeah.
talk your shit. I love it, bro.
I appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate you too.
Hopefully, Crawford drops that belt so we can start negotiations. Because without the WBO belt, we can't do nothing.
Hey, look, right. I'm with that. And yeah, whoever said that in the comment, no, you're right. Tank do start slow too, but I think Tank team, from what I've seen, Tank team, especially with Ryan, Tank team is smart enough to know how to make the proper adjustments. I haven't seen what's the name? Start slow. He's game speeds. He don't really change who he is. So whoever just said that Tank starts slow too, yeah, he do, but they smart enough to realize that they smart enough to look at that fight around. They motherfucker gonna do shit in the first couple rounds. Go knock his ass out. You know what I'm saying? Because again, once Tank hits your ass, it's gonna be a different story.
Absolutely. Senior, man, appreciate you taking my questions, man. Shout out to your son.
Hey man, no problem, man. I appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you.
Let's see what comes up next. Peace out, my man.
Appreciate
Yes, sir.
you. Blessings. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys have not subscribed to the channel. It's your boy Mills from Millcityboxing, home of that high level pro boxing media. We'll be back on with Ryan Garcia's mom and Sean Garcia and Henry Garcia a little bit later on today. All right, guys. Salute, blessings, and I'll see y'all soon.